Hi y'all, thanks for stopping by Yarnerific. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable crocheted bee. And I made this adorable little hanger beehive and attached a few of the little bees to my beehive. So depending on the size of your hook and the weight of your yarn will determine how big or how small your bee will be. So today I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook and just the Super Saver yarn, the 4-weight medium. So the first thing you need to do is make a slip knot. And once you get your slip knot, go ahead and chain 3. And then go back to the first chain and join it with a slip stitch. And chain 1. And then go ahead and make 6 single crochet into the ring that you just formed. 1, 2, over there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so once you have your 6, then go ahead and you need to join it to your first single crochet. So go ahead and do that with a slip stitch. And then also go ahead and chain 1. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 single crochet in each of your stitches that you just created. So you'll have 12 ultimately. All right, so then once you have your 12 stitches, do a slip stitch join to the very first one in the round. And then also do a chain 1. And then from here what we're going to do is we're going to increase. So you're going to single crochet in the first one and then do an increase in the next stitch. So for those of you who are new, single crochet here where we just slip stitched. That's 1. And then all an increase is just 2 in 1 stitch. So that's 1 and 2. And you're going to do that all the way around. 1 and then 2. And I'll meet you back when you have all your stitches, and you should have 18 stitches when you're done. So we're finishing up round 3, which would leave you with 18 stitches. So go ahead and do your slip stitch join back into that stitch there, and chain 1, and for rounds 4 and 5 you're going to single crochet in each stitch around. So starting with this one here that we just slip stitched, go ahead and single crochet, and if you can keep the stitches tight it'll end up better. So we're going to do 18 single crochet twice around, and I will meet you back on the very last stitch for number 18 in the second round, and I'll show you how to change colors because you need to get your black ready. So get your black yarn ready with a slip knot to join, and meet you back after you do 2 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So now what we're going to do is we're going to join our black yarn. We are in the last stitch of round 5. We're going to work on stitch 18 of the last 2 rounds. Oops. So what I like to do is make a little slip knot to join. This way I know it's not going to come out. So I'm going to go here in my last stitch and kind of hold your gold yarn to the back. Put your black on the hook and bring it through. You kind of got to hold it in there a little bit, otherwise it'll just pop through. And then complete the stitch, the single crochet. Still holding it, I'm going to go over now and let's do our slip stitch join. Okay, and then chain 1, and then from here what you're going to do with your black yarn is you are going to complete single crochets in every stitch around, so that'll just give you 18 stitches. So let's go ahead and do that. Just 1 single crochet with the black yarn all the way around. You go ahead and do that and come back when you're all done and we'll go from there. So just real quickly, just move your gold yarn off to the side. You're not cutting it off. You're not fastening it. You're just leaving it to the back side while you're working with your black. Alrighty, so now we're in the last stitch. Coming up on the last stitch. And now we're going to go back and we're going to work with the gold yarn. So the black will go to the back. So you have to kind of maneuver your stuff around a little here. So put the black to the back and bring the gold forward. And so in this last stitch, you just start working with it again. Sometimes you got to hold that black a little taut, a little tight so it doesn't get away on you. And now you're going to make single crochets all around on top of the black. Do your slip stitch join, chain one, and single crochets all around the top in your gold. So at this point, after you just finish that row of gold, what I like to do is I like to sew in my face, or if you have the little eyes, the safety eyes or nose, you can put those in now. So I generally, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3. So I like to place my eyes between rows 2 and 3. You can put them wherever you like. And so I just get some black yarn and sew them in, because it just makes it a whole lot easier if I do it now versus going forward. It just gets too cumbersome. So, and I just kind of put them in, no pun intended, just kind of eyeball them across the face. And so if I go in one side, then I crisscross through the back just to reinforce it a little. The safety eyes are probably a lot easier, but this is just what I'm doing for now. So, and then once you're satisfied with your eye, then you can just knot it off. And then I'll also make like a little smile at the bottom of it, center it. And so when you get all done with that, come on back and we'll go from there. So once you've made your little face, however you like to do it, the safety eyes or with some yarn or embroidery thread. Now what we're going to do is we're going to continue on making single crochets. So put your, because we just finished the gold, so just put your gold to the back and then bring your black forward, and you're going to, in the last stitch, stitch 18, you're going to bring the black forward and make a stitch carrying the black, a single crochet. You have to just tighten this gold up a little. I usually put my finger on that. And then you're going to slip stitch join, as we were doing in the previous rounds. So go ahead and do that with your black. Slip stitch. Okay. Then you basically just continue on with your single crochet another round of 18 single crochet stitches all the way around. In each and every stitch. Because now it's starting to look like a bumblebee. And just keep going around and around. Come on back when you're all set with your 18 single crochets in the black. And if you haven't gotten it already, you need some polyfill or something to stuff it with. So when you come back, we'll be fixing to stuff it. All right, so here we are in the last stitch of that round. All right, so we finished the 18 single crochets in that round, and now we're going to do another color change in the last stitch. Nope, let me take that out because we're going back to gold. So get your gold ready for stitch number 18. Put the black to the back. Get your gold. And in that stitch, remember you got to kind of hold that a little tight. Go in the stitch. Make your single crochet. Do your slip stitch join. Oh my word. It's so hard to see with this black yarn. Chain one. And then continue around making your single crochets in the gold all the way around. And then when we finish the gold, we're going to fasten the gold off when you finish this round. So continue working around the last row of gold. Come back and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're at the end of the gold, and all you simply need to do is just slip stitch join. Oop, a little bee fell over. Just slip stitch join and then fasten this off, and we'll be done with the gold. Because the stitches are so tight, it's hard to get it in there. All right. Cool. Let's go ahead. Where's the scissors? Can fasten that on about there. Alright, that takes care of the gold. And then you can weave that in after. So now that we've got the gold all finished with, fastened off, insert your hook into one of the stitches and draw up a loop with the black, and then slip stitch it. And then in the next stitch, oh my word, and then just slip stitch it to that stitch. And now you're going to continue going around, and you're going to make a single crochet all the way around. And when you get done with that, then we're going to start to decrease. So we're putting a layer of black around the gold. The nice thing about this pattern is that gauge really doesn't, it's not crucial. So if you know, like I said in the beginning, whatever size hook and weight of yarn you want to use is just fine. These small projects are good for using up scraps of yarn. All right, go ahead and finish that and come on back. All right, so I slip stitched join and chain one. And now what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet two together. So in the first one, if you can find the stitch, in the first one you single crochet, and then in the next two you go under the stitch, pull up a loop, go under the next stitch, pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook under the next 2 stitches, and then you yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So you're going to do that all the way around, and so you're going to go from 18 stitches down to 12 stitches. So single crochet in the next stitch after that, and then you're going to decrease the next 2. So yarn over, pull up, into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Repeat that all the way around, and then you're going to join it again, slip stitch join, and you should have 12 stitches. See you back. Okay, so what I like to do at this time, after we just finished our round of single crochet in one stitch and single crochet 2 together in the next, which is your decrease, and so you do that 6 times, you join it with a slip stitch, and then you should have 12 stitches. So what I like to do before it gets too narrow is I like to start stuffing it with my fiber fill, because the more you decrease, the harder it gets. So there's no right amount for stuffing. It's just whatever you're comfortable with, whatever how full or plush you like it. Go ahead and stuff your little bee. Let me see. Sometimes I like to use the end of a larger crochet hook to help with the stuffing. Now you may need a little bit more right near the end, but the bulk of it is stuffed. Kind of cute. All right, so after you do that, just go ahead and put 1 single crochet in every stitch around. and then do your slip stitch join. And if you need to put any more fiber fill in at that time, you may. And then we're going to do one more decrease. Make sure after you slip stitch join that you always chain one. And then we're going to decrease again. So go ahead and do your single crochets. So we're just about finished here. And the tighter the better. The tighter the stitch, the better. For these little plush. So remember to add any additional fiber fill that you might need at this point to make it fuller. And you joined, slip stitch join, and then chain one. And the last thing we're going to do is we're just going to decrease around 6 times, and you're going to join it with a slip stitch. And this is going to make it so hard to see with the black yarn. And this is going to decrease the closing end of it here, the opening, closing. So just put your needle under your hook under the stitch and draw up a loop, and then go into under the next stitch and yarn over and draw up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So you just repeat that all the way around. Insert your hook under the stitch. Yarn over, draw up a loop. Where's that here? Stitch in the hook in the stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over through all 3. So you can see it's starting to close up here. So when you do that, go all the way around, repeat that, and decrease. And then the last thing I want you to do is when you've decreased it all the way around is just slip stitch join, and then chain 1, and then do 1 single crochet in your remaining stitches around. So that would be 6 single crochet. And then I'll meet you back. Come back when you're done. So if you have a little hole in the bottom and it still needs a little bit more fastening off with the thread you left attached, you can just weave it back and forth underneath the chains, the remaining single crochets, to secure it closed, so it has a more finished look. And your fiber fill won't come out. That's good, it's hard to see. I think that looks good. Then what I like to do, since I'm not going to attach this one to anything, so to hide the thread, I generally just have a long enough tail, and then I just run it through, pull it out the other side, and then just cut the remainder off. and it kind of buries itself in there. That way it won't come out. So the next thing we're going to make are the little wings. So you need 2 of these. So go ahead and get the white. And I believe I used a 3.75 millimeter hook for the wings, because I need them a little smaller. But this is still a 4 weight, medium weight yarn. Alrighty, so what you'll need to do for your wings, once you have your yarn, is you're going to chain 3. So that's what I did here. So slip knot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then go ahead and with the beginning chain, slip stitch. Slip stitch to that. And we're going to make a mini circle. And then once you get in your circle, or your ring, go ahead and do 1 chain. And then make 6 single crochet into your ring. And this is going to form the wings. So it's 1, 2, 4, 5. All right. So once you have your 6 single crochet into your ring, then do a slip stitch join and chain 1. And then this is going to be just 1 additional round. So round 2 will be, after your chain 1, you're going to do 2 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 12 stitches at the end. So 2 in each of the prior 6. And these will be your little wings. They work up kind of quick, and they add to the overall cuteness. All right, so go ahead and finish that, and come on back when you're done. And the join is a little tough because it's smaller stitches. Just slip stitch join. All right, so that's 1 little wing, you can see here. So you'll need to leave enough of a tail, as you can see here on this other one I made, so you can sew it on to the back. So make sure you leave yourself enough yarn tail there. I would say it's probably about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 inches. Pull that through. And then I just work in. Now if you don't want to do, to make the wings, if you don't want to chain 3 and then join with a slip stitch, you can also make yourself a mini magic ring and make your stitches inside your magic ring. Some people find it difficult to make magic rings. I prefer to do it that way. But whatever's easiest. And then I just weave in the little back tail. And then snip that off because you won't need this anymore. Just try to hide it in and make it as flush as possible. Come on now. And that takes care of that. You can pull that tighter. All right, so go ahead and finish your other wing, and I will show you then how to attach them. Alrighty. So to sew the wings on, I thread a yarn needle. You can use any one that your yarn will fit through. And you can see here I kind of put it, I've sewn them in between the eyes. So I would say it's on the first black stripe. I've sewn them, but in between the eyes. So they meet in the eyes. And that's where I've done them. And I like, you could have them facing whatever way you like, but I like the right side facing out. Let me see, did I do the right side? No, I did, yeah, the right side faces out, and then I think I bend them down. That's what I did. Same on these guys too, because it looks more like a high-V coney type looking thing. All right, so go ahead and get that threaded on and just find the center between the eyes here and just go in and underneath. Now remember, you got to put 2 on, so try to leave enough room. Let's see, 1 there and 1 here. All right, so just pull it through. And then once you get it through, don't worry about, you know, if you're putting it on the right way initially, because you can twist it whatever way you want once you get it on. All right, so now it's on and it's underneath. And then I just kind of work it back and forth. So I got it there. So now I'm going to go through. Let's see if I can make this a little. So then I kind of go, I catch the bottom of the wing, and I come through because I want to make sure it's secure. This is where you wish you had an extra set of hands. But don't worry, in the end it'll be just fine because we're gonna, it'll be secure. Okay, so now it comes on the other side, so then I want to go back under. And there is no right or wrong way, just use your sewing instincts to have it secure. Secured to your back of your bee. My word. All right, so that's 1. And then you just continue going back and forth and securing it. Like I said, just using your sewing skills. Even if they're limited, it's really not that difficult. Make a knot in it somewhere at some point to secure it. Then at the end, when I'm all done sewing, I just run it through, and then like we did when we sealed off with the black, I'll just, well, actually you have to put it close. Put it underneath the wing, otherwise you'll have white thread. So draw it through the bottom and just pull it, and you can see it makes the wing a little tight, which is good. And then you can snip that off. That'll just bury itself in there. Okay, then thread your other wing. And so now that's one. That's one there. So like I said, I like to keep them in the center of the eye, so I'll just go through close to the other one. Find a spot there, somewhere between the yellow and the black. And put it on. Make sure it's facing the same way as the other one, yeah. Okay, and then just the same way as the other one, just fasten it however it looks like you're going to be able to secure it. I just typically weave it around and through the bottom of the wing to the base of the bee. So if I come through one side, then I generally will go to the other side at the base of the wing. So go to the bottom, let's see, go to the bottom. And then when I come through the back, then I will go through the back and try to get it back under the base yarn of the bee's back and try to draw it back up so it's extra secure. Takes a little bit of fiddling, but once you do it a few times, it's relatively easy. Now I'm going to create a little knot here. Just secure it. Just loop that over. Push my needle through the loop. Because I don't want my wings coming off. And then just a few more times, and then you can just fasten it off. And remember to put the yarn straight through underneath the wing and bring it out through the base and snip it off. When you bury the tail, then it helps pull the wing down like these. Well, this other little guy makes it look better. So just continue to secure your last wing. All right, bee is finished. Hope your wings came out great. Little base. And like I said, you can, you know, put these on, you know, a hanger type thing. You can make a little keychain out of them, or, you know, fix them to whatever craft project you're working on. And thank you so much for coming on by and working on the bee. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and see you next time for the next video. Happy crocheting and have an awesome day. See ya.